guys, you could work 12 hours a day and not be disciplined at all. I would say if you're working 12 hours a day in a small business and you're not some high level executive, you are actually undisciplined. What is up, the Tactical Empire? It's Shawn here. I wanted to jump on real quick and talk about something that one of my clients at my brick and mortar gym business, Metabolic Winchester, asked me the other day. Now, they asked me this in the context of fitness, but I think this is relevant in all areas of life, particularly the 4Fs of family, fitness, finances, freedom, ultimately providing the men and women who listen the 3 Ps, which is power, presence, and profits. I was asked, how are you so disciplined? And my response to that was, I think the word disciplined is overused nowadays. It's not inherently wrong. I think it's a fair word to use. And they were using it in the realm of fitness, which is, I've basically worked out 4 to 6 days a week since 8th grade. The first time I ever stepped foot in a gym. I've told that story on the podcast before, but it is a part of my life. But I responded with her because I think discipline is a heavy word. So when I talk to people and I coach people and I mentor people, I try to soften things and simplify things. And that kind of falls in line with my answer here, which I responded basically along the lines of disciplined might be the word, but it's becoming overused. So I don't view myself as disciplined per se. I think discipline is a heavy yet restrictive word, like I said. But the two main things that make me look disciplined, which I think everyone can do, is that I've simplified my top priorities in life down to, I could say the 4Fs, but in this Facebook post that I made, I wrote, I've simplified my top priorities in life down to my health, my family, and my businesses. Yes, those things require a lot of non-simple things. So understand what I said there. My health, my family, and my businesses require a lot of non-simple things. But if you looked at my calendar, you would find very minimal, if anything, that falls outside of those 3 things. I would argue that over 95% of my schedule revolves around my health, my family, and my businesses. Okay. So because I only focus on 3 priorities, it allows me to be consistent, which I feel is the better word over disciplined. You could say that consistent and disciplined are synonyms, but consistent in what? Disciplined in what? I think consistent allows for a bit more flexibility than disciplined. Particularly in fitness, I've become accustomed and I've taken more rest days than I used to in the past. So that's why I said 4 to 6 workouts a week. I used to be 6 to 7, then definitely 6, rarely 5. But there are some weeks where, it's 4 workouts and a ruck, or 4 workouts and a walk, 5 workouts and nothing else. So I definitely have built in more flexibility, which is where I believe I'm not as disciplined as before, but it's for a better cause and a better reason. So I write here, so because I only focus on 3 priorities, it allows me to be consistent, which I feel is a better word over disciplined. I consistently book only 4 metabolic classes per week. I consistently take walks with my dogs. I consistently eat the same things with meals focusing around protein. From a micro perspective, on a daily basis, I remove things that are not as important as the main things. Critical tasks always take precedence, and I have no problem canceling things, saying no to things, and rescheduling things. Okay, so you might be hearing this and you're like, well, I my health, my family, and my business are my main priorities, but like, I'm not moving in the right direction. I would venture to say, be more strict in what you define as things that associate with your health, your family, and your businesses. Particularly your businesses, guys, you could work 12 hours a day and not be disciplined at all. I would say if you're working 12 hours a day in a small business and you're not some high level executive, you are actually undisciplined. You are not delegating and replacing yourself in certain things that can be. You're taking the wrong direction in discipline and extreme ownership in the work basis side of things. So I hope this helps you guys as you navigate through and look at how you can, heading into the holiday season in particularly, be more consistent or disciplined in your top areas of life.